It's the National Football League on EA.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on two separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now as we get toward the home stretch here, the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play, even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? It's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions. First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing.
Touchdown, Bears! Rondale Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Lions had 10 and 5 to start play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Lockhart, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now a handoff up the middle. Lockhart, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Lockhart, and the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now a handoff up the middle. Lockhart, and a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Up the middle they go. Lockhart, and he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Dalton on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggested? In any event,
second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Ball again on 2nd down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Hart. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down now, Lockhart. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action here with Dalton. Open man, this is Lewis. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with the hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Andy Dalton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
does a nice job there, quarterback and receiver, reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On first down, Lockhart. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Lockhart, a minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got Lewis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 18. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. Now a handoff up the middle. Lockhart, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Well, there's the always dangerous Rondale Moore. He and this offense ready to begin the upcoming series. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We're trying to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. On first and 10, it's Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there on the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And Detroit getting set to go now. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10. Dalton off play action.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Pulled in at the 24. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Hart, he finds his man, complete. That's Barton. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton.
And he's going to have a 1st down and then get into field goal range here at the 29.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Now it's caught.
Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll run on 1st down. Lockhart.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And out of the air, Dalton. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Caught
that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
On first down, Lockhart. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 92 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Lockhart, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just come right through them.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down, Lockhart. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. On third down, Lockhart. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, magical spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up the 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Lions will take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st down, Lockhart.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, Lockhart. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now at Ford Field. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run on 1st down. Lockhart. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Lockhart. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
One after right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seeds.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing after the interception. Hart, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Hart. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on 3rd down. Hart. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On 2nd down, Lockhart. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Lockhart. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just working it. These guys, they got it going today.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And some room to run now. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Lockhart, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing, Dalton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, the quick slant caught. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort. Really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hart. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.